Hi, hello. In this module, so module number 4, we will see together how to create your domain name. The domain name is really important because the domain name will actually will not play for the success of your app, but still people, like when you meet someone or when you see someone, a friend or whatsoever, and they ask you, oh, apparently you have an app, a really good app or whatsoever, and if you just say the name of your app, just the name of your product, if they can find it easily, that's good. But sometimes the name is too generic, or because sometimes you want to use keywords to have a higher rating on app stores, and because of that, it's harder to find directly your app. However, if you have a domain name which is really easy to spell, really easy to say, well, thanks to that, people can find directly your app by going to your domain name. So I don't know. Your domain name, if you are making an app and your domain name is um, to just try to find the name right now, but planter .co, it's easy to say planter, oh yeah, why not? And people will be able to go directly there because, oh yeah, I know that, okay, I will directly go there. It has to be really short, it has to be easy to remember, easy to spell, and ideally, actually, you shouldn't spell it, so people should know directly the spelling when you say the name of your domain name of your app. So really try to find a name, a good name. A lot of dating apps also they start their name with the prefix try. So try before Tinder also did that way. So before Tinder.com was trytinder.com, and I think it's because their domain name was not available. So they start that way, and then once they are very successful, they have way enough money to buy the name that was already owned by someone else, by another business, or just by someone else. But sometimes you have to spend over 1K, $1,000 to get that domain name if it's already used by someone else, or even sometimes more. So that's why first you have to start by another name, but it still has to be easy easy to say. So try, and then your domain name is a good idea. So try table tableapp.com. That's a bit weird for a dating app, but try to find a name that is really easy to spell and to say, and people will remember it very well. And ideally, it has to be maximum. Your domain name length has to be maximum about 5 to 7 characters, not more. Twitter also started with Twitter without E because they didn't own that domain name. So it was TWITTR and not TWITTER. And after they obviously they had enough money to purchase Twitter.com. So yes, your domain name has to be really good, really easy to spell, and for your apps on the app stores, for your dating apps, ideally on the app stores, you should say some nice keywords. So it will be easy to find your apps. I don't know if you have read any interesting courses about publishing a book on Amazon, but on Amazon it's pretty much the same. They will explain to you also to have keywords for your book in the title. So your book will be, especially for information books. So your book will be much easier to, if you are looking for cookbooks, or if you are looking for self-development books, if you are for a happier life, or to have more sense in the life nowadays. Well, if your book has nice keywords like that, it will be easier for people to find your book, because especially for information books, because people don't look for just the book, but just for a method, for a methodology to help themselves in their life. And for you, for your dating app, it's exactly the same. You are offering a methodology for them to fix the problem, for them to find someone in a successful way. So you will also have to put your USP, your slogan. Remember the slogan with ideally with a number. So like, okay, we fixed it, and in 7 days you will find someone. Otherwise, your money back is. Otherwise, you get your money back. You can even say that, But it's nice to have, to have a slogan with a number, even in your in the dating app of in the name of your dating app for the app stores. Now, obviously, in the domain name you don't, obviously not. We really don't want that. But after, once you will create your website, your web page for for promoting your dating apps, and actually for your dating apps, it shouldn't be a website, but just a web page where you will have the links to download either the Android or the iOS or both of them, and that's it. But there you will also need a heading, and in the title also where you will mention your USP, some keywords, and that's also really important. But for your domain name, it has to be short. You can start with a prefix like try. Now this is the domain extension dating, so like try my app dating. Before it was usually always .com, .net, .org, and .info, but now you also have .dating or the name of your city, so like .paris, .melbourne, .nyc, Brussels, .berlin. So you can really, if you are targeting only one city, you can just have dot and then the name of your city. It's quite expensive, it's a bit more expensive, but it's also good for the SEO, so for the reference, to have a better referencement in the search engines. So if you do dot and the name of the city, it's quite good for the SEO. So it's really, you really have to figure out what will be the best for you, depending of your market, depending of your niche, where you are launching. If you are launching in one city and then you are launching in more and more cities, you can, if you have enough money and if you think it's the right strategy, it can be, you can buy with the name of your dating app and then the extension for each city. So if you are launching first, for instance, in London, you will have mydatingapp.london. They have actually a London city has a .london domain extension. So it will be, I don't know, your dating app is like flirt tonight and .london. And then if you are launching after that, I think Dublin don't have it, Dublin. But if you are launching after Paris, it will be like, just imagine your dating app is flirt tonight, and then it will be Paris, and then flirt tonight, and Brussels, and so on, and then Berlin, and you see the point. Now, obviously, flirt tonight as a dating app, I don't recommend that one because it's too generic. It's not, you have a lot. If you type flirt tonight, people won't find directly your website, and you want a unique name. So if you meet someone and if the name of your dating app is too generic, but the name of your domain name is quite unique. If they type it on Google or on another search engine, they will directly find your app. So ideally, it has to be much more unique than just something like Flirt Tonight, you see? But yeah, try to have a look. I recommend to use also Namecheap. It's quite good. You have name.com to buy a domain name. Namecheap is one of the best. I buy nearly all my domain names there, and you have a lot of different ones, especially for your own country. Sometimes Namecheap doesn't offer the extension for your country. I think if you want to have like .au, .com.au or .uk, you have to go to a different register. But you just type register domain and you will find the appropriate one. But Namecheap is I really recommend it for generic domain extensions. Okay, good luck, and we'll see in the module number 5.